Good morning, race fans. We are heading for Montreal, where they've already had their Formula One race, and Red Bull has won another race. Max Verstappen won the race. I think they had a little rain up there. Here's Montreal up here, and Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, Lake Michigan. So we're going to see those three lakes and a few odds and ends along here. We'll go by the Niagara Falls here at Buffalo, and we'll get along here. We might see Erie, Cleveland, maybe be able to see. We'll go right up the center of the lake, and then Lake Ontario, and on up the St. Lawrence to Montreal. So let's get going. Here we go. From Green Bay to Montreal, and this would be similar to flying Gulfstream or any high performance equipment. We happen to be in a machine that's a little more high performance.
BC Tree 9er ready at runway 24 departure to the west.
Leaving Green Bay, we're going to have to change our time.
West, departure approved.
So we go ahead and switch over here. We'll go ahead and we don't need the chart up now. We'll bring that back up, but that shows our rate of flight out of here. Take off to south. I wanted to take off north. Let's see what's our heading. 24250. Yeah. So I think we're actually headed off to the north, heading 250 northwest. No, we're heading southeast. Well, we won't be flying over downtown Green Bay. We'll make a left turn to get on course. I don't know how that got turned around. Anyway, we'll get rid of this. Making a left turn to head southeast. And we'll go outside. Gotta get my little modifications up here so we can get this to work. And we need to get the sun. Get the sun just at noon or a little after noon. About 1 o'clock. So we won't be looking into the sun. We don't like that. Take the brakes off. And full power. Yeah, we'll turn to the right. We'll turn to the right, and we'll see downtown Green Bay.
527 BC Tree 9er continue for west departure. 527 BC Tree 9er leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Green Bay Tower 527 BC Tree 9er frequency change.
So we'll come on around to this heading east-southeast, and then now we'll look at Green Bay, and we get rid of the noise because we went through the sound barrier. Now the sound is behind us. There's the airport off to our right, and here's Green Bay, and you can see why they call it Green Bay. There's the bay looking up there, and then we'll look down here at the city, and we're almost heading on course for Detroit. Detroit is where my dad was born. He went to University of Michigan. My brother went to University of Michigan. I went to Ferris State College, which is north of Grand Rapids in a little town called Big Rapids. So we'll be flying right between Grand Rapids and Big Rapids on the way to Detroit. We'll go on up to 40,000 feet, which a Gulfstream could easily handle. And we'll just go ahead and level off here. Just continue climbing. Whoop, we leveled off too much. Continue climbing. What do we got now? We're Mach 1.5. We'll get up close to Mach 2. So this is business jet flying. A little faster. We're business jet goes Mach 0.8 to Mach 0.9. I never flew a business jet. I flew in a Learjet one time. A friend bought Paul Anka's Learjet. Paul Anka built a home. He has 5 daughters, built a home. His kids went to school here in Monterey, not very far from where I live, a little girls' school called Santa Catalina. Oh, we crossed our course. Get back on course. We're 40,000 feet. We'll go at 41,000 feet because we go at the odd 1,500. Get her down to 41,000. So we aren't quite back on course yet. We can go ahead and move out. Yeah, we'll look at the chart, see if we get any see the Lake Michigan today. It's holding our altitude pretty well. Since we're not real, this is all fiction. We'll just go with the flow here. I was thinking about turning on the autopilot. I may do that. Here we are, looking at our course line. We have plenty of time to get back on course, so we'll just keep it a little left of the heading arrow here. That parallels our course. Our course is off to the left, so we have a little bite of going back on course, and we'll concentrate on staying at 41,000. Right over here, we watch this. We'll think about here's Grand Rapids right here. So when we're a beam of Grand Rapids, we're near. We would be near Ferris. And we're coming right back on 41,000. $40,000. We want 41. So we're doing good. We go a little right, 125. We're kind of yo-yoing. Better turn on my. We'll get this out. We'll go inside. There we go. Turn on the autopilot. See if that. Here we're at 43,000. And let's go back here. No, we don't have that yet. Okay, we got 42.2. We'll just go with that. 42.2. Which is close to 42. But this isn't normal. But that will hold that altitude. We're getting back on course. So we want to go to the right just a bit. So we'll turn on our heading. See if it'll hold our heading. Yeah, it is. It's holding our heading. See if it, oh, here's the heading bug. The heading bug is over to the right a little bit, so we'll move that back. See how that does. Yeah, see the heading bug is right on there. And we're north of Grand Rapids, so we'll look down at Grand Rapids. Would be right down that way, and then Big Rapids is going to be up this way. So high to Big Rapids and Grand Rapids. We've got this thing. So this is the way you fly a Gulfstream. Hands off. Only trouble is you have to look out the little porthole. This is pretty much holding. It looks like it's just a little bit. So we need to move the heading bug just slightly to the right. There we go. See if that holds the heading. Then we get this out of the way. And we are locked in. We just happen to be at 42 with a real autopilot, or the autopilot like I have in many of the other aircraft. It's very simple. You just grab a hold of the little knob and move it left or right with the mouse to put it right on the altitude you want it. And then you click it on, and it locks on. We can mess around. Let's mess around with it to see if we can get it down to 41. So we'll go. Let's push it down to 41,000 right here. Sorry about the shimmy shakes, but that's what happens when you have it on the autopilot. So turn off the autopilot, go down to it's going down to 41. Doesn't like that. So let's click it back on. Where are we? 39? 39 would be good. We'll go for 39. Click on everything. No, it didn't click back on 39. Altitude hold. There's 40. Now we're at 42. So everything's on here. See if it holds 40,000. And I don't see it holding the course. So we'll turn the course heading on and off. See if it holds on that. We'll move this over to the right. No, it's not. Doesn't want to hold on. Should have left well enough alone. We're holding the altitude though. Holding the altitude. Okay, let's see where we are. That might be holding it now. No, our heading's over there. Now we got to move that back. Yeah, so we got it locked on again. Let's see how we're doing. We're coming down here on Detroit. Got it locked on 40,000 feet. And we're going to be making a left turn. So we'll leave the course over on our right. And we got the shimmy shakes. Because our military aircraft doesn't like our civilian autopilot connection. But it is holding the course now. And we'll look down here at Detroit. Let's see if I get my chart up on my laptop. So we move down here to Detroit and Ann Arbor, and yeah. So we're right over Detroit right now. This is Detroit over on this side right here. And I think the airport, that's Detroit. Wayne, maybe Wayne County right there is Detroit. And we're looking down toward Cleveland. Cleveland's down in there. Then we're going to start moving to go to, look at this over here. Oh, that's because we went by our destination. So we're not going to look at this anymore. If I was in the TBM, I could change and pick up Montreal, but we want to head now. We want to head straight up the lake. We'll look out, see if we see Erie. We'll make the left turn as soon as we get over this little point. We'll look back at Detroit. Looking back at Detroit, can't quite see the airport anymore. Still got the wiggles. And we're going to head it up in that direction, which is looks like about 45 degrees. So we go back inside and we'll start moving the bug over to the left. And it's following. So that's our heading bug, right? The heading bug moved over. You couldn't see it that well, but the heading bug is right in there. And now we'll look up here and see our heading bug is right on east, right over here. So it'll swing around to the left to get on that heading to fly up the lake. And now we'll look out. We got time to fly hands off. We'll look back at Cleveland. I don't know what the name of that little island, but I'd say this is Cleveland right about in here. Let's look here. Look on my chart. So this is Point Clinton. So Cleveland is actually up a little bit. Excuse me. So this is Cleveland right along in here. I can see this little inlet on my chart. And we're holding 40,000 feet. And we're coming left to our new heading, which should take us right up here, up in the corner of Lake Erie. We'll look for buffalo, and we'll also look for the city of Erie as we go up along the lake. About halfway up along the lake is Erie. And there's probably an airport there, so if we pull this, we don't want that. We want to pull down the chart. Find my chart button. And we don't quite see, so this will be Erie right there. And I guess This is a little tougher when you don't have the. But anyway, we'll we'll see if Cleveland Airport is on here. This probably is maybe Cleveland here. Cleveland, Ohio. So we went by Cleveland, Ohio. And we go back. And then we look for Erie. There, Lake Erie is out now. So that's Erie, Pennsylvania. So we'll go by Lake Erie. I mean Lake Erie. We're over Lake Erie. Everything's holding. Boy, look at that. We're at Mach 2.46. We're almost Mach 2.5, which we're truing out at 1,400 knots, which is a little over 1,500 miles an hour. That's a little more than twice as fast as the Gulfstream. And we're going to be looking for Erie. When we get alongside of Erie, it's coming up. And it looks like they have kind of a harbor out here. So that's probably going to be Lake Erie, and I imagine that's where the Erie Canal came out, right there. Let's get a look at it here. I'm saying that's Erie right there. And we'll just keep it right there and watch for Erie, Pennsylvania. So I don't follow the racing like I did, but it's fun. That definitely, if you had more money than you knew what to do with, you'd have a jet. You'd be a jet setter. You'd be running around, maybe following the races. Maybe we'd be following the NFL. We'd follow where our team goes. Maybe we'd be into politics, so we might be helping whatever our candidate is. And I don't see, I forget the history of the Erie Canal and where it comes back out. But up here at the end is Buffalo. We're gonna run into that, and we got to kind of change the heading here a little bit. So we'll go in here, move the heading bug over, right there. Go back out. Now see the heading bug moved over, and the airplane's going over to where I placed the heading bug. And we're not using the course because we gave up the course when we got to Detroit. Now we're using what they call dead reckoning. Looking at our chart, and usually when you fly around, like when I fly around California, I can pretty much fly around without a chart because I know what everything looks like. Up here we can see Lake Ontario coming into view. So possibly the Erie Canal comes back out in here. I forget where the Erie Canal is. But that's Pennsylvania off to the right. I'm not sure if this is here. I can look on here, and I would say Buffalo. Okay, here's I think I see. Yeah, I see the border. The border goes right down the middle of Lake Erie. So Toronto and Toronto is going to be up across here, and Hamilton's right in the cranny, nook and cranny. Hamilton is right up there, Ontario, and then we're not going to quite see. We have to alter our course more because Buffalo is going to be right in here, and the Niagara Falls is going to be right over in there. So now we have to change our course to get St. Louis, St. Lawrence River. Coming left on our course, and well, we could look and see if we get buffalo. On we don't need weather. We can bring this more because we got the sun behind us, so that might get our resolution up a little better. I think this is buffalo. I got a good football team there, and we're heading up Lake Huron to the St. Lawrence River. We're looking up the St. Lawrence River. We got the moon coming up. Gonna have moonlight flying pretty quick here. So we're over New York, and we're heading for Rochester. This is going to be Rochester, maybe right in here. Rochester is where Eastman Kodak was located, in Rochester. And this is going to be Rochester. So the Erie Canal probably didn't come out to Erie, Pennsylvania. It probably just went to Buffalo. I'll have to read up on that again. And Rochester, and I'll look on my laptop and looking at Rochester. So we're going to go up. I can see this land coming out here, and Kingston is over to the right, and we go just slightly to the right of that to hit the river. I think we'll stick with this. We're heading. We'll look down at Rochester here, and then Kingston is going to be right tucked up in here, and I think we're heading right for possibly a slight right turn. And I'm recalling Erie, the Erie Canal situation. It came across from Albany to Syracuse, and I don't think it went to Rochester. It didn't go to Rochester. Did get probably close to Syracuse, which is inland from here, and I don't know, probably right down in there. We're looking for the St. Louis River. St. Lawrence. Looking for the St. Lawrence River. And I think it kind of looks like I got a little water. Looking at a little water here. This is the point out here. Greater Napanee. Greater Napanee is a name I'm picking up right in there. Let's get this enlarged. So we see Kingston, Amherst Island. So Amherst Island is this little island right here. When I lived in Northampton, Massachusetts, Amherst was close by, and that's where Amherst College is in Massachusetts, Amherst Island. And I think we're heading right for the St. Lawrence. So this is called, I can see this little strip of land here on my laptop, and this is called sandbanks. So we see maybe some sandbanks along in here, how it got its name. Right here. So these are maybe the sandbanks right out there. There's sandbanks. Cove Beach is down in here. And this is called South Bay, Port Milford, and South Bay. I see. And let's see, we're coming up here on the St. Lawrence. Let's get the St. Lawrence in view on my laptop. So we're going to see Kingston, and this is Wolf Island. Whether it looks a little like Wolf, my granddaughter is working at Point Lobos, and that got its name because when you look south from Pebble Beach, now we're jumping back to the west coast.
Kilo Romeo Mike Echo Airport information. Charlie 1500 Zulu.
See, I have to.
Wind calm.
Okay.
Visibility Niner.
What we do right
Sky
here,
condition clear.
right here,
Temperature 15.
we lock it.
Dew point
No,
1
we don't
degree.
have to lock it because
Altimeter 29 decimal 9
because it's on the autopilot. So what I have to do is go here,
VFR aircraft say direction of
Toronto
flight.
Center,
All aircraft
so
read back hold short instructions.
one nearest airport.
Advise controller on initial contact. You have Charlie. Kilo Romeo Mike Echo Airport information. Charlie 1500 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility Niner. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 1 tree.
So we got it off by selecting another runway. That's interesting how that pops on. That's new. That gives you the weather for the airport you're close to. So we're heading up the St. Lawrence River. I could be pointing out things, but I got to start thinking about landing and where we are, how far up the river we want to go. We don't need the communication up now. We need the chart up right now. That's not the chart. Need the chart. Get the chart out. And we're gonna catch, let's see if this is Montreal. No, that's not it. We could end up going right by Montreal. There it is, Montreal. So that's good. Montreal got 4 different directions on the runway. I think we're set up for 24 left. I think is what we're going to go into. So that's Montreal. We're heading right at Montreal. That's good. And then just past the airport is the track. And we can look and see we're at 200 nautical miles. We're probably at 175. We're going to start bringing this in to 150. Here we go. So that'll be about 100 miles out. And I get my map on. Let's get Montreal, Messina. Okay, Montreal, there we go. So Montreal. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think this is Messina. Yeah, right in here. This little curvature right in here is Messina. And we need to start coming down. I think Montreal is going to be right up in there. So let's take it off the autopilot. And come back on the power. Let her start coming down. And again, I think that was our Montreal right there. Yeah, we'll stay on the river just for fun. The racetrack is going to be on the St. Lawrence. Just kind of past the city. We'll stay to the right, and it kind of narrows down right at Montreal, or a little bay. So where we're going, I think, is right on the other side of this. There's kind of a little bay in here, and then the St. Lawrence continues on up. That's, I think, the city of Montreal right there. So we're down to, no, we're still cooking. We got we're 27,000 feet, so we've dropped 10,000 feet from 40. That's something. We got up over Mach 2 up in the thin air. We don't need to listen to that. And I don't think I need this now, because we've definitely located Montreal. I don't think I've ever been even in the simulator. I haven't been in Montreal. Now we've gotten rid of the shimmy shakes, and we are looking, and I've got my laptop to help me figure. They take laptops and things like that to help the pilots in their aircraft. I think they have their charts. It isn't a laptop. What do they call the little pads? iPad? So it's called Lake St. Louis. Huh. I don't know whether it's St. Louis, but this has a lake name here. This looks like a canal going through there. Okay, we're down to 8,000 feet. We're still cooking along. Still past the speed of sound. Here's the airport. We'll come back and land at the airport. Montreal, right there. Yeah, whatever this runway is that's what I programmed to land at. And we're going to look for, there's downtown Montreal, and I'm looking for the track. I think is on the far side, but it's on a little island. We'll see if we can find it. Maybe right along in there. We don't need to be in that close. Yeah, it's going to be right here. Is the track. Where they had the Formula One races were right down there. That's a racetrack right there. There looks like the start-finish line, and it goes all the way down there and around the edge. Okay, now we'll see if this works out. So back, and Montreal right there. Tower, and request a full stop.
Tower 527 BC Tree Niner 1 is 4 miles northwest, 6,800 feet with Gulf to land.
527 BC Tree Niner 1 Tower. Altimeter 29.9, 2 wind comm enter, left base runway 24 right.
Oh, 24 right.
Make left base runway 24 right, 527 BC Tree Niner 1.
24 right. Okay, I can see it right here. 24 right. So then we'll be living high on the hog in Montreal. Get rid of that. We won't have to talk to them for a while. Got the afterburner off. We can start dropping down in our altitude. We'll get back on the tail. And you can see we're heading, here's 2-4, so we'll be coming right slightly. We'll keep the speed up. Normally they'd have us going about 200 maybe. Most jets have an approach speed of 150, so we'll be slowing down to 150. And I have the throttle in the idle position. We're slowly slowing down, but we don't want to slow down too much because this presentation's been a little longer than normal. We saw a lot from Green Bay to Montreal. We have to decide whether we want to follow Formula One. Now we're going to bring up the speed brake, slow it down to 150. Get the gear down. $180. Put that up away and bring the flaps down. Bring the power up. And maintain 150. There's 150. Get lined up a little better. A little skip.
527 BC Dreamliner, 1 contact ground on 126.4.
One 126.4527 BC Tree Niner 1. Goodbye.
I was trying to get it right on the center line, but I guess I have to focus on flaring out. I can't multitask anymore. And we're not going to taxi in, but we will do the ground. And this is where they want us to stop, right? Now it tells you which runways you're heading for, but we're not quite on a runway yet. Now we'll go ahead and taxi in. We're rolling pretty good. The flaps up. Yeah, actually we don't go across another runway. Well, that might be a runway right there. Yeah, it is. That's a runway right there. So we need permission to go across there. And we would be in touch with ground. Here we'll go to Montreal ground. And we'll taxi to parking.
Montreal ground 527 BC Tree 901 taxi to parking.
527 BC Tree 901 taxi to General Aviation parking via taxiway Alpha 4.
Okay. We'll just I can't find General Aviation. Looks like general parking over here. Here's General Aviation right there.
527 BC Tree 901, did you copy?
I don't want to say again. What do we got here? So we will go right here. We'll tell her to say again.
527 BC Tree 901, acknowledge last transmission.
So
Montreal ground didn't copy. Please say again for 527 BC Tree 901.
527 BC Tree 901.
See, it's stuck on say again. I
I
don't know why. So we'll just stop right here, and we'll turn this off, and we'll turn. We'll just shut down right here. Okay, thanks for riding along. And
527 BC Tree 901. Did you copy?
Yeah, we did. There we go. Shut down. Open the canopy. And we're gonna go here.
527 BC Tree 901 ATC services terminated. 527 BC Tree 901 ATC services terminated.
There we go.
Good day.
Good day. So there you are, Montreal. And you saw Jacques, I think it was Jacques Villeneuve was the name of the racetrack. He was a race car driver, and it's definitely French. So whether he was French or whether he was Canadian driver, I can't remember that. I can't remember what happened to Jacques, but they named a track after him. So that in Montreal. So I guess he was from Montreal. Didn't know that at the time. I didn't know a lot. Still don't. Anyway, thanks for riding along. See you next time. Bye-bye. Au revoir.